What's going on, guys? Beastly Gamer here. Welcome to the Beastly Gamer channel. Today I want to talk to you guys about 2015 and what were some of my worst moments of 2015 as a gamer. Now, let me start this video by saying that 2015 to me was one of the best years in gaming, period. I had a lot of fun this year. Unfortunately, I was unable to complete lots of the games I bought, but I bought over 25 games. So yeah, that's over 2 games a month. Actually, about 27. And I had a great time. So whether I was beating a game or just spending my time chipping away the game or playing some great multiplayer, I had a good time. And the year had lots of really notable highs, and unfortunately had some really tumultuous and memorable lows. And I want to start with one of my earliest lows of 2015, which is a game that visually was stunning. You know, every time we saw a trailer or we saw gameplay of this game, we were like, holy shit, this is a game we have to play. The Order, 1886, set in Victorian London. The game looked really phenomenal. The characters looked great. The world looked great. It looked to be kind of a take on a new vampire type, werewolf type of experience. And I was super excited about playing this game. I played the game. I beat the game. I reviewed the game. And upon my review, I was still kind of living on the hype of the way the game looked and the way it presented itself. But after months and months of reflection, I was extremely disappointed with The Order 1886. I actually recommended it in my review, but after reflection and looking at that game and really understanding that the game was very boring and you only got to see 3 or 4 wolves the whole time, the game was a huge letdown for me. And I'm sure it was a letdown for a lot of gamers. And see, situations like that will occur where a developer puts all their chips in one basket, a la graphics, instead of making the game fun and giving it replayability. The game had absolutely no replayability. Once you beat the game, there was 0 reasons to go back and play it ever again. The gameplay mechanics were stale. They felt like they were a step back from Gears of War, and they didn't do anything to revolutionize the gameplay. The game was just a really bad game, and one of my low points of 2015. Let me continue on with a game that I really thought I was going to love it. I played the beta, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be the best thing ever. I'm talking about Evolve. Evolve came out, and I thought it was going to be the new. I thought it was going to be the new shit. I thought I was going to love it, and I played it for about a week, and I don't think I ever played it again. And Evolve, graphically, is a decent-looking game. I think the idea of 4 versus 1 is a pretty decent idea, but it was just implemented in a way that the game got stale faster than you could have possibly imagined. You're a creature being chased by 4 hunters, and the 4 hunters they have specific things to do, and if everybody does the right thing, then you could kill the monster if you catch up with them fast enough. At the same time, the monster's walking around the map trying to evolve, turn into a stronger form of itself, and after a while, you realize that's all you do. It's nothing else. There's no other game types. Of course, you can unlock different types of hunters and different types of monsters, but for the most part, the game is what it was in the beta, 4 versus 1, no real variety, and it just became extremely stale for me. And that's a game that I really regret paying $60 for, because it's not a $60 game. The game price actually dropped to $20 about 6 months after the release. So I'll let you know what they thought they had on their hands. Another gaming experience that really let me down this year, well, I can't even say it's a gameplay experience, but it's a situation that occurred that really let me down this year, and I lost hope in one of my old childhood heroes. Was the whole situation with Konami. Konami had a really tough year, and they lost a huge market share of their fans. A lot of people used to love Konami. 2015, I feel, was the year of the undoing of the company. They let go Hideo Kojima. They canceled some incredibly well-received games, like they canceled Silent Hills. And then the whole situation where they wanted to basically take every ounce of Hideo Kojima off of everything he's ever done. That was a very poor decision, and a horrible thing to see as a gamer, especially someone who grew up side by side with Konami and used to have long love for the company. I grew up playing Contra. It was one of the first games I ever played. Castlevania, Metal Gear, Silent Hill. These games actually mean something to me. And for the company that created them to act the way they did this year, they really put a poor taste in the mouth of gamers. Myself personally, I'm no longer a fan of them. And it was just a really sad thing to see happen to such a great company. Another great company that did something incredibly stupid this year. You guys may have noticed in 2015, I've only put out 3, count them, 3 videos with Nintendo on my YouTube channel. There was some Smash Brothers stuff and some Bayonetta stuff. And I stopped after the 3rd video because I got copyright strikes against my channel from Nintendo for actually giving Nintendo free promotion, showing people Nintendo games and telling people how awesome these games were. Nintendo said, hey, that's not good enough. We want it all. We want all the ad revenue. If you're going to put our games up, if you're going to use our music, you're going to get a strike. I actually used Nintendo music recently, like in the last 3 months. I used some Donkey Kong Country music, and I got a strike for that. I was like, holy shit. Nintendo has turned into, this is 1984, man. When it comes to Nintendo, Nintendo doesn't understand, what YouTube is. YouTube really helps you. YouTube really makes you, it puts you out there. It's free advertising. And of course, Nintendo's a Japanese company. The culture is a little bit different, but you would think that they would know that if gamers are actually playing Nintendo games, it's probably a good thing for Nintendo, because if people are watching those gamers, they're going to want to play the games the gamers are playing. And Nintendo really missed that mark. And those are some of my biggest downs of 2015. Of course, there have been others, but a lot of them I didn't take part in. The whole Batman fiasco on PC, I didn't play that game. A lot of people were upset that there was a lot of console exclusivity in 2015. I don't mind that at all. I like to see these companies go after the jugular of their competitors. I like to see Microsoft go after Sony, and I like to see Sony go after Microsoft. I like to see Sony, get Street Fighter V. I like to see Microsoft get Rise of Tomb Raider. It's actually making their system, their console, look a little bit better. They're able to grab these exclusives. So to me, that wasn't that big of a deal. But for me, games like The Order 1886 really, really sucked. Whole situation with Hideo Kojima, situation with Nintendo. It was just a poor, terrible thing to see. But I'm looking forward to 2016, and I'm also looking forward to more horrible times in 2016. I know some really stupid stuff is going to happen next year, too. You guys let me know in the comment section what you thought was one of the worst times of 2015. I'm sure for you, some of it might be different from the ones that I just mentioned. But for me, my personal experience, these are the 4 that really rang out to me as bad times of the year. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you did enjoy it, give a thumbs up and show support for the Beastly Gamer channel. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe now. I'm the Beastly Gamer, and I'll see you guys next time.